Good morning, children. Welcome to our English class. Hope you all are doing good. Now you must be wondering why I'm showing this map to you. Because today we are going to learn something interesting. So children, it is the second topic of our reader book, which is a poem about maps, and it is written by Dorothy Brown Thompson. The title of this poem is Maps. In this poem, she pays a tribute to maps. Now children, what is a map? You must have studied in geography about maps in your previous class. So, a map is a drawing, or you can say a representation of an area or a part of the earth's surface. Basically, it is a diagram which tells us the location or direction of a place which we want to see. It is drawn on a paper. A map represents many things like mountains, rivers, roads, towns, cities, etc. and gives us detailed information about them. There are many kinds of maps like road maps, train maps, weather maps, etc. Before we start a poem, children, I would like to tell you something about the poetess. Dorothy Brown Thompson was an American writer and she has written more than 2000 poems. And in this poem, the poetess pays a tribute to maps, different kinds of maps that hold a key to an unseen, unknown world of adventure waiting to be explored. And through this poem, she paints a bright picture of the different things and scenes that maps can bring to our minds. This way, she shows how something that looks simple and humble, like a map, can be so powerful and exciting. Now I will explain you the poem in short. There are 5 stanzas in this poem, children, and let's see the first stanza. Hide adventures and bright dream, maps are mightier than they seem. Before getting into the topic, I just want to tell you what is meant by adventure. Adventure is an unusual and exciting experience which we all love to have. And what is the meaning of mightier? Here it means stronger or more powerful. Okay, so in the first stanza, the author describes that maps are not only diagrams on paper describing the physical features of countries. They are also a means of inviting us to seek adventure through travel, or at least we can dream about visiting these exotic places even if we are unable to visit them. I hope you all agree. Everyone will be having a dream to go to an adventurous trip. So how can we go on an adventurous trip? Only with the help of a map. So as a map looks so simple and humble, but through these maps we can fulfill our dreams by going on adventurous trips. So they are more powerful than they look. Now moving on to the second stanza, that is, ships that follow leaning stars, red and gold of strange bazaars. Before getting into this stanza, I want to clarify something. Actually, what is leaning stars? Leaning means sloping. Here the star seems to be pointing the way to the ships. Usually the sailors in the previous years or in olden times were dependent on these leaning stars to find their way. So children, here the author describes how these sailors rely on them to guide their ships to distant lands. They saw the stars and they moved according to those stars. They were looking like the stars were leaning and guiding the way to the sailors across the seas. As they were dependent on these stars before the maps were not available. Now before the invention of maps, the sailors were completely dependent on these stars. And in the next line, the author says, the red, gold colors, these colors depict or shows the different bazaars in the maps. Ice floes hid, beyond all knowing, planets that ride where winds are blowing. This is the third stanza, children. And here ice floes means the icebergs or the ice which are floating on water, which is hidden and which can't be seen by the people. So the maps guide us about these icebergs or ice floating on in the oceans and seas. So here the author describes that the maps direct us away from dangers of icebergs which are in the polar regions and in the oceans and seas. They also enable flights. Now people who are traveling to flights, these maps also guide the pilots about the weather and the strong winds, and they enable flights through areas where strong winds are blowing. Means maps also guide the people traveling through plains about the weather and where the strong winds are blowing. Now coming to the fourth stanza. The train maps of wind and weather, road maps taken all together. Here the author describes the different kinds of maps. As you all know, different kinds of maps. There are road maps, train maps, weather maps. Okay, so train maps, that is maps meant for people traveling through train routes, and road maps for people to drive from one place to the other, and maps about the weather, which shows the weather condition. Now coming to the last stanza. Maps are really magic wands for home-staying vagabonds. Now children, what is the meaning of vagabonds? Vagabonds means people who are always wandering or moving from one place to the another. Here the author describes maps as magical because a person looking at maps at home can be transported in their imagination to distant lands as magic. People staying at home can be transported and imagination into distant lands. So map can give us wings to our imagination. So children, I hope you have understood the poem. You can write the meanings of the new words coming in the poem in your rough copy and learn the poem. Thank you. Have a nice day.